Hey there, I am doing the designer versus drugstore makeup challenge tag, and Love Heatherette tagged me to do this, so if you want to go onto her channel and watch this video, I will be linking it down below. So the way that this works is I'm going to pull my favorite, there's different categories, so I'll be pulling my favorite designer and my favorite drugstore items and comparing them and letting you know which one I like best. So this is long, I have a lot of stuff. Because I talk about more than one thing, because sometimes I just can't choose one thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Just before I do get started, I just want to say that for some categories, I might not have a favorite designer or a favorite drugstore, so I'll just talk about one or the other. First category is primer. For drugstore, I have the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Skin Illuminating Primer. My friend actually gave this to me because she didn't like it, so thanks, Erica. I actually do like it. It has just a tiny bit of shimmer. It's like nothing noticeable in it, and it gives you like a nice glowy look to your face. It has a very silicone feel to it, and it's completely transparent. My high-end favorite would have to be the Professional Primer. Everyone knows and loves this. I really, really love it. I just can't use it when I'm going through like dry patches. So I could definitely use this in the spring and summertime, so now, but I cannot use this during the winter. This is one of the only really high-end primers that I own, and out of the two, I'd have to say that I noticed the most results from the Professional. With this, it gives me a nice glow, and it helps my makeup last a little bit longer, but nothing extraordinary. Whereas the Benefit Professional, I know when I put this on, first of all, it definitely helps with my pores, and my makeup just stays so much longer, and I don't get as shiny in my T-zone. So I'd have to go with the Professional all the way. So foundation was a hard one. I don't have a favorite drugstore foundation. I don't know. I just don't. I don't really wear drugstore foundation. It's not that I don't want to try any. I have tried in the past, obviously. I didn't first time I ever bought foundation, definitely was not high-end. But I don't have any left anyways, because I've used it all up. And I haven't really experimented with any, so I don't have a favorite. I'm sorry. Fail for me. But I do have 3 different kinds of high-end to talk about. So I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I love this stuff. This is if I want really full coverage and I want to stay all day long. I wear this. The only thing is that now it doesn't match me because it's in 1N1 Ivory Nude 72, and I've gotten a little bit of a tan, so it doesn't really match me anymore, but I still love it. This stuff here, Laura Mercier, just keep coming back for more. I have 2 different shades, so I have Soft Ivory for when I'm really pale, and Rose Ivory when I'm still pretty darn pale. So these are definitely winter foundations. I like them because they're very, very creamy and they don't stick to my dry patches, where they give me a flawless look. The only thing is, with these, I notice right here, your smile lines that you get, when I wear this, it creases there, cracks. I don't like it. But other than that, I really adore this. And ongoing favorite is this Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Gel Foundation. So I like this, it's a light, easy to apply foundation. It does cover any redness and imperfections, but it doesn't look too heavy. Next category is under eye concealer. For the drugstore, I'm going to start off by saying that I love the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer in the brightening, and only the brightening. I don't really like the other shades, they're just way too dark. Actually, now that I'm tanned, maybe I'm going to try out one of the other shades. But I really like this. It's very yellow tone, so it does give you a very nice brightening and cuts the redness, because I tend to get red around my eyes, as well as, purple and blue and all those other shades of the rainbow. So this really cuts that, and I really like this. It doesn't crease that much on me. It's quite creamy and moisturizing, and it covers pretty well. I also have to mention these, because I have 3 of them, so if I bought 3, it means I like them. They're the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. So I have in the brightening, which is pink, the light, and the neutralizer. Yeah, so those are the shades that I have. I do like them. They're just not super couvrant. So there's something that I'd use more in the summer, because in the summer my dark circles don't look as apparent, probably because I'm a little bit more tan, so they're not as white with shocking black, you know what I mean? I'm a little bit more tan, so they're less apparent. And when you want just a little bit of a lighter makeup on your face, not lighter fairness lighter, I mean lighter not as thick. That's what I'm talking about when I say light. My high-end designer would have to be my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I have it in NC20. this wins. Like, hands down, baby, this wins. It's so good. I've noticed actually that it doesn't crease as much when I first started wearing it. It's probably because I was putting too much. Like the woman told me I was putting too much. How I do this is I'll apply it with a like flat foundation brush, and I won't start super close, even though I do need to go close because I do have quite a bit of darkness. Sorry if I'm like leaning, my back's starting to hurt. I'll apply it with a brush like a little bit lower, tap it in, and then bring it up a little bit so that I'm not applying too much product right up there close to my lashes. And then I will blend it out and then tap it with my fingers just to make it kind of like absorb, if you're catching my drift. I just really like this stuff. I definitely recommend anyone who wants something that lasts a long time and is super, super good at covering to check this out. Next category is concealer for blemishes. My Drugstore is going to have to be my Hard Candy Glamouflage, sorry. And my high-end designer is my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. I originally got this for my under eyes, but I don't really love it for my under eyes anymore. So I've been using it for my problem areas. However, I don't apply it directly like that on my pimples because you can infect your entire bottle if you do that. So I just put a little bit on my hand and then I'll tap it. With this, I'm wearing it today. I have a little bit of little pimples that have been popping up. You don't need a lot of this. I don't use either of these a lot because I don't have that many huge pimples. Normally my foundation does cover it. Or I will apply a little bit of my Pro Longwear since I already have it out. But when I really do have a big zit that I need to cover, both these are good. And I actually have to say my Glamouflage covers a little bit more than my Estee Lauder. But this is a little bit more drying, whereas this is a little bit more moisturizing. So, you know, best of both worlds. For the powder category, I'm not going to talk about pressed powders at all because I don't have a high-end pressed powder. I'm just going to talk about loose powder since I have one of each. So I have the e.l.f. HD powder. This is really great for setting your whole makeup or under your eyes. It's just a nice finely milled powder. So I have the high-end. This is the Bourjois Poudre de Riz de Java. And it says teinte lisse, veloutée et éclatante. So it says smooth, velvet, brightened complexion. And it has l'extrait de rose adoucissant. So soothing rose extract. Yeah, it does smell like roses. It smells really nice actually. It's perfumed, but it smells really nice. So this powder is a little bit different because it's like a brightening. It has a little bit of like a pink shimmer, but it doesn't show up. I've used this all over my face before and it doesn't show up. So out of the two, I'd actually, even though this e.l.f. product was like a holy grail for the longest time, I'd actually have to go with the Bourjois. I love the smell of it. I love how nice and brightening it is on my face without it being like overly shimmery. For bronzer, my Drugstore option is my multicolored bronzer powder palette from Physicians Formula, and this is in the darker shade. This I used to wear all the time. Since then, I discovered my Mineralized Max Skin Finish, my MSF, in Give Me Sun, and I like this much better. This is a little bit orangey, but it doesn't come off so much when you apply it to your face, whereas this is a little bit too orangey, so I'd have to go with my MAC MSF. For bronzing and contouring, my Drugstore is this e.l.f. Matte Bronze, which is completely broken. I used to use this all the time, and I really still love it for contouring. And my high-end would have to be my Illamasqua. It's in the kit, so this is the Sculpting Powder Duo in Lumos and Heliopolis. So Heliopolis, I guess, is this. Like, it's a nice, cool-toned brown, perfect for contouring, and I'd have to choose the Illamasqua kit. On to blush, my Drugstore option, I'm going with e.l.f. These studio blushes are $3. They're all gorgeous. This is in the color Mellow Mauve. I just pulled one out to show you. I love them, and for $3, you really can't beat that. For high-end, I only have one NARS blush, but I had to show it because I love it, and I've swatched all the other colors, and the consistency of the product, just, they're great in general, so I had to show this. And MAC blushes, which are a little bit less pigmented than the NARS ones, but they still have a really wide color range, and they have different finishes, which I like. So this one here is Well Dressed, and it's a satin, whereas Peaches is a sheer tone blush. And they have different finishes that you can... So you know what you're getting into when you're buying it. You know that this one's going to be a little bit more sheer because it's a sheer tone, whereas you know that a satin's going to have that slightest little bit of like shimmer, but it's not really shimmer. With NARS, a lot of them are quite shimmery. In general, I'd have to choose high-end over drugstore for blushes, just because I feel like you really get what you pay for when it comes to blushes that are high-end. Highlight. I have my Tiki Baked Bronzer Highlight from Hard Candy and my MAC MSF in Soft and Gentle. I forgot the name of it for a second. I think Soft and Gentle is just an overall prettier color, just because this here is a little bit less pigmented. So, designer. For eyeshadow, I adore these Wet n Wild trios, especially the Walking on Eggshells. It's just stunning. The quality is really similar, I find, to Stila's eyeshadows. For designer, I'm going to have to go with my Naked palettes. I know a lot of people go with like their MAC eyeshadows, which I really like my MAC eyeshadows, but I don't have enough of them to say that I use them that often. Whereas my Naked palettes, I mean, this is the first one. I have the third one right here because I was just filming using this. I have the second and I have the basics. Just in general, Urban Decay eyeshadows are just super pigmented, and I'd have to choose, even though I love these, I'd have to choose Urban Decay over my Wet n Wild. For eyeliner, my drugstore eyeliner is this L'Oreal Carbon Black Linear Intense Felt Tip Liner. And then my high end is my Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. Oh, it's a mouthful, this name. I've gotten used to this. It's a little bit different because it's like, it's a felt tip, but it's still like you need to dip it. It's not a pen. It's got kind of like a little ball on the end, but I have gotten quite used to it. However, the Stila is like holy grail. This stuff's amazing. It lasts so long. The tip is flexible and it's not like flimsy either, but it's still flexible. You can really like flick out with it. So Stila wins all the way with this. For mascara, my drugstore favorite is still in its box. It's just because I have so many mascaras I want to get through before I open this, but this is the Voluminous Carbon Black from L'Oreal. I really love this mascara. It gives you volume without clumping too much and still giving you a nice length. And then my high-end favorites would have to be my Benefit They're Real and my Clarins, oh no, what's it called? Be Long mascara in black. The little thing fell off. This is finished actually, but I like the brush because it's very, very small, so you can really get in there, whereas the Benefit is totally different. Like, it's a pretty big brush and it's got like that little spiky thing on the end. Lately, I've been noticing with my Benefit is I can't wear it by itself. I need to combine it with another mascara, or else my lashes kind of stick together. Or if I'm doing just one coat, it's fine, but if I'm going really dramatic, I need to combine it with another mascara. So I'd actually have to choose my drugstore over designer for this one, just because as much as I love my L'Oreal, you can also get so many good Maybelline mascaras, so drugstore is better than designer for that. I'd rather spend my money on something else high-end and go for a less expensive mascara. Someone told me once that you date your mascara, but you marry your foundation. And I think that's so true. When you find a foundation that you love, you marry it. You keep going back. Whereas a mascara, you are constantly dating different ones. I just love that. So there's a category in here for jumbo lip crayons. I've never had any high-end jumbo lip crayons, so I'm just going to talk to you really quick about these ones. And these are the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stains. My favorite is Honey, which I'm wearing now. I also have Rendezvous and Sweetheart right here. So these are really, really pretty. They smell minty and they're perfect for the lips. I cannot believe I have not tried the matte ones yet. Don't even get me started because I love matte lipsticks. I need to get my hands on the matte ones. I don't know why it's taking me so long. For lipstick, my drugstore, you shouldn't be surprised, Maybelline Vivid. This is in the color Hot Plum, which I love. I also have Shocking Coral. These lipsticks are amazing. They're pigmented, they're creamy, they're hydrating. They don't move all over the place. They're amazing. For high-end, this is a new discovery. This is the Lise Wetier, what's it called? Gourmand Velour. So it's like the velvet lipstick. This is in the color Cassis. I think that's what it's called. It's a really lovely color. I'm going to swatch it for you. So these are matte lipsticks. I say it's semi-matte because it's not completely matte like the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks. But this is just a really nice matte. They do stay in place quite well. I actually had this color on while eating a Big Mac. There was lipstick all over my Big Mac. Okay, I was so worried that I had lipstick all over my face. Went to the bathroom after. There was still lipstick on my lips. So it like transferred but still stayed, if you know what I mean. As much as I love these velvet lipsticks, I'd have to go with my tried and true Maybelline Vivid. Last but not least, we have lip glosses. My drugstore is my NYX Mega Shine lip gloss. I have the color beige, and I also have the color nude pink. My nude pink's broken now. I can't explain it. Every time I open it, it's like it's cracked right at the base. I'll show you on this one. Oh, and this one's broken too. See, my thing's wrong with NYX. On my other one, it's like right here, there's a crack. So every time I push my mascara wand in, product comes out and it makes an utter mess. But anyways, I really like these. They taste like, they smell like cherry Coke. And they're really pretty. I'm actually wearing this one on top of my Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in Honey, and this is beige. My high-end lip gloss favorite, I don't have any, but where I work we have them, and every day I'm wearing a different one. So it's my favorite, okay? It is the new Smashbox Legendary Lip Glosses, I believe they're called, in the color Coquette. Coquette, okay? It is the prettiest blue-toned baby pink, and when I'm a little bit more tan than this, I put that on, I look like a friggin' Barbie. It is amazing. I love those lip glosses so much. And as much as I love the Smashbox, because I don't own any yet, I still have to choose the NYX just because they're so inexpensive, whereas the Smashbox are like $23 for a lip gloss. So that is it for the Drugstore versus Designer Makeup Challenge tag. I tag everyone to do this. I think it's really fun to go through your collection and just try and see what you like more of. Let me just tally up and see if I like Drugstore or Designer better. Okay, so I have 10 Designer favorites and 5 Drugstore. You know, I would have thought I was a little bit more, I don't know, frugal than that. I can't believe that most of my favorites are Designer. I definitely didn't think that. But when I went through, that's just the way it is. I guess I am a high-end girl at heart. So once again, thanks for watching. See you next time.